sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
With Fast Signs, create custom deep-sea signage that makes the wait a visual escape. Fast Signs, make your statement.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech 24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
Welcome back to Bryan Station High School as the Defenders getting set to host Madison Central on senior night. Apologies for the technical difficulties, but we are back live, and the good news is you didn't miss any action. We're still about 5 minutes or so away from kickoff. We'll come back and have more pregame coverage when we return here on Glycod.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech 24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
Let's get real. You could go to work right after high school, but spend a little time with us and we'll give you a better chance to do more, be more, and earn more. College for the real world. College for your world.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com. Need a tow? Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
Calling all football fans. Come on down to Roosters, where the wings are hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times never stop. Roosters is where you can catch all the action of the game and enjoy a delicious meal. Choose from 15 varieties of sauces. Even try our burgers, salads, and out-of-this-world pizzas. Something for everyone at Roosters. Dine in, carry out, or let us cater. Open late for the Night Owls. Visit our Richmond Road location or off Nicholasville Road by Walmart.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Bryan Station runs out onto the field on senior night as they get set to host Madison Central. And it's now time for tonight's starting lineups, which are brought to you by Roosters, a fun, casual place and a great one to watch tonight's game on Glycod. Visit any of their 3 Central Kentucky locations or order online at roosterswings.com. Big news before the game today. Madison Central will have a new signal caller, Liam Daly, starting under center for them. And, of course, we'll get another look at Kalen Jaws Washington, who comes into tonight second in 6A in rushing. One more quick break. We'll be back for kickoff here on Glycod.
We're here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
Little everyday conversations about the dangers of underage drinking can make a big difference in a child's life. Talk, they hear you.
Welcome back to Bryan Station High School. We are moments away from kickoff. Madison Central won the toss. They have deferred to the second half. They are in the white jerseys with a low kick to get things started here. Bryan Station in the green and yellow. Long return across the 45. And, Bill, this is great field position for the defenders to get their night started.
Yeah, thanks to William Thurman there. He almost broke that. Low bouncing kick, and he took it on a run and made a nice return out of it.
Going to be our first look at Kalen Jaws Washington. We'll see how quick he gets the ball. Right now, looking in and getting the sign is quarterback James Davis, 6'1" senior. He'll break the huddle. The lone running back behind him, Washington. Washington coming in as the second leading rusher in 6A, and he's only about 60 yards off the pace, but they're not going to go to him. Instead, it's swung out. The ball dropped. Was that pass forward or backward? And it was a backward pass, so goes down as a fumble, and it is recovered by Bryan Station, but a bit of a rough start, Bill, for the defender offense.
Madison Central read that right from the get-go. The young man in motion went on a little swing pattern, and they read that all along, and he's lucky he didn't just get decapitated there. And they were really fortunate to come up with that football.
So that's going to put them at the 44-yard line. Second down and 14. Again, Washington, the lone back. Would expect to hear a lot of him as they do hand it off. Washington, no hole there for him, and he is stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Madison Central ready for that one as well, and it's going to be 3rd and long for the defenders.
Yeah, Madison Central lined up that time with 3 down linemen and 5 linebackers, and if I'm not mistaken, they brought all of them which put essentially 8 men in the box, and there was just no place for Washington to break free there.
A little bit surprised that the script had Davis throwing and it wasn't to Washington on first down, so Madison Central bet the house that he was going to get it on second down. Now what does Davis and Bryan Station do on third down? It is 3rd and long, ball just shy of the 45. It's a toss out to Washington. He gets out to the near side. He is shoved out of bounds near midfield, just shy of it around the 47-yard line. That is going to be right near the original line of scrimmage, Bill. And what a first series for Madison Central. Although, going to be a 3-and-out, assuming this one is kicked away as they're in punt formation.
Yeah, great start for the Indians there. And again, it all started with that first play, reading it well and making a good football play. Put themselves in a position here to maybe have nice field position, depending upon this punt.
Jeff Hairston is back to receive it. It's a good kick, spinning in the air. Hairston fields it at the 13-yard line. He is upended across the 20 down to the 22-yard line, but still a decent chunk return for Hairston. And Madison Central, a quick 3-and-out on D, will now send their new signal caller out for his first series at the varsity level.
Yeah, gutty return there. He had 3 guys barreling down on him, but Hairston took it and got a few yards out of it.
Here's our first look at Liam Daly, the sophomore quarterback who has played QB at the JV level, but he's listed as a receiver on the varsity roster. And it's his first career start under center at the varsity level. A handoff is inside, and stacked up at the line of scrimmage is Bryant Mathis for little to no gain. And granted, we're only 4 snaps into the game, Bill, but defense has reigned supreme.
Yeah, you're going to see Madison Central line up in a wing tee, sometimes a double wing, and then a wishbone and a broken bone. They'll run the option out of it sometimes, and of course, once they get that run game going, they like to set that up for some play action. But again, as you mentioned, it'll be interesting to see with a new quarterback in exactly how that plays out.
Mathis, the leading rusher for this Madison Central team. No gain on the play, and they're met in the backfield right off the snap. A whole host of defenders, about 5 different Bryan Station tacklers in on that one, and that's a significant loss.
You know, he came right through. I'm not sure that he was touched. He met the ball carrier the moment the ball was laid in his belly there. So unfortunate for Madison Central, but a good football play there by Bryan Station.
Progress given at the 21, so it isn't a major devastating loss, but it is 3rd and long for the sophomore quarterback. Handoff in the backfield just across the line of scrimmage. Mathis tripped up, and the tackle made in space by Zay White. And he might have just gotten back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to force a punt. So field position battle right now, advantage Bryan Station, thanks to that low kickoff to get us started earlier.
I don't think either team had the opening drive they would hope to have.
No. 2 returners back for Bryan Station as the kick will go to the far side, and it sails out of bounds. A couple of flags come flying in. One from the back judge. And he keeps coming forward, and he finally makes his stop at the 47-yard line. Or 43-yard line, excuse me, Bill.
Yes, that punt only covered about 20 yards before it went out of bounds. Be interesting to see what the call is. Here comes the white hat.
Yeah, it looked like
a signal.
Looked like it went off the side of his foot, that punt. They're coming over to, it's going to be a hold on the kicking team. So Madison Central, the offender. So they're coming over to the Bryan Station sideline to see what they would like to do.
Okay, he pointed to the wrong team. I was wondering why Bryan Station was walking back.
They started to walk backward, but yeah, he had clearly pointed to Madison Central, but yeah, now they do flip it around. It is going to be a hold on Bryan Station.
And I was curious, why would Madison Central hold on that? What benefit would they have by holding on the punt team?
So 8:21 to go in the first quarter. That's going to, now they have the spot a little bit discombobulated, so that they were still at the original spot, Bill, which would have been great field position. It's still going to be pretty good field position.
Sure, two yards, and they're on the opposite side, so that's not bad.
At the 48, so right near where they had it to get the game started off the kickoff, but not a whole lot was going on offense as Washington gets the handoff, waits for some blockers, and he's met by 3 Indian defenders as he brings it across midfield, and he's dropped at the 49 for a pickup of 4.
And that's bread and butter for Bryan Station there. Power play, power up the middle by Washington, just runs behind his pads. And despite the fact that he's a power runner, he really does a good job, too, of following his lead blockers and letting the blocks develop in front of him. And that's why he's been able to run for so many yards. But I think we'll see a lot of that tonight.
They'll give him the 48-yard line on the other side of midfield. Davis under center. Single back formation, and the only pass we've seen thrown was a backward variety. As this one's going to be at least looking downfield. Instead, Davis will take off, and he's got some space across the first down marker, and he's shoved out of bounds. See exactly where he landed, but he's out near the 35 for the game's first down.
Yeah, Davis couldn't find anybody open, and as we mentioned before the game, he's an excellent runner. He's ran for almost 500 yards this season, so he doesn't care a bit to tuck that ball in and head upfield.
No, 987 passing yards, but nearly 500 rushing yards all by himself. And that one, a gain of 12 for the first down. So Davis, high snap, hands it off to Washington. Washington is going to stumble ahead across the 30 down to the 29.
I like what Bryan Station did there. They ran trips left, and when you do that, you take people out of the box, you spread the defense a little thinner, and then you run power the opposite way. And he did, if you look at the replay, he just did a great job of running behind his pads there. He's a load. He's a load for a high school kid to bring down.
And the thing that's really impressed me about him so far, Bill, is his patience as a runner.
Yes. And
he hasn't had a significant hole, but you can tell he's just trying to wait for those to develop so he can exploit them. There's another handoff for Washington. They got good penetration, but he gets around it. Now he's loose. Washington down to the 10. He'll stroll into the end zone for a Bryan Station touchdown. 29 yards to the house. Jaws Washington showing you why he is one of the top rushers in the state of Kentucky. And the defenders strike first. It's 6-0.
I think you do a nice run there by him, obviously. Someone had an opportunity there in the backfield, but glanced off of him, and you've got to really strike a good lick on him to have an opportunity to bring him down. And then he made a good cut left and just planted and went.
Yeah, they got good penetration in the backfield, did Madison Central, but as you said, you're going to have to really work to get him down, and they were unable to do that. So extra point pending. John Hannon, the junior place kicker. Low snap, dealt with, and that one is through the uprights and good. Extra point is good. Bryan Station behind a touchdown. A 29-yard run from Kalen Washington leads 7-0 here on Glycod.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com. You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
7-0 Bryan Station with 6:36 left in the opening quarter. Madison Central got a big stop, a 3-and-out on their first defensive series, but Bill, boy, did they have to deal with Kalen Washington in the second series, and they weren't able to wrap him up on that 29-yard touchdown scamper as the kickoff bobbled by Madison Central. Now they'll bring it out across the 15 down to the 19-yard line. That could have been much worse for the Indians, but they do keep possession and will start just inside their own 20.
It's interesting. He leapt up to catch that ball, block it from the 1 yard line. Otherwise, it would have gone in and automatically put the ball out there. But, you know, he's got confidence in his running ability, and you can't break him if you don't run him.
And is that also kind of the thought of having a new quarterback in, maybe wanting to maybe get some extra field position, spark something here offensively?
Could be.
As they pitch it out to the far side, a long run across the first down marker, spun out of bounds. Down is Jeff Hairston, who had that nice punt return. Gets his first carry of the night, and that's the first down of the night for Madison Central.
Nice run right there.
It's spotted at the 33-yard line, so a pickup of 14 on the play.
Contain broke down. You know, oftentimes with high school kids, they think they're in a position to contain, and you underestimate the speed of someone, and that'll change over the course of the game. But he underestimated the speed that Hairston had, and he just ran around him.
Hairston in the backfield, but motion coming as Hairston will take another handoff. Hairston, this time he's tripped up at the line. Good tackle made for Bryan Station. That is Chris Girton, who leads the team with 4 sacks. This time a tackle and just to pick up a 2.
And a double wing that time, Andrew. But what we haven't seen, or I have not seen yet, is an actual option. And perhaps I've missed it. But
I think you're right.
It's been straight gives and pitches, and maybe he's just not proficient or not comfortable enough with him running the option just yet. We'll see as the game develops.
There's a handoff inside, and again the defensive line ready for that one. Bringing that ball across the line of scrimmage, but not much further, is Corinthian Barnes. His 60th carry of the year, just shy of 200 yards on the season coming into tonight. And it's a no gain on the play officially, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 8.
Now that looked like option there, but I'm not sure if he was actually reading that or if it was a give, a predetermined give.
See if Bryant Mathis gets a look here on 3rd and long. Handoff brought across the 45 down to the 46-yard line, but short. Curious to see what they do here, as Sean Reese isn't that short of the first down.
Depending on how much confidence they have in their punter, if they're worried about another 20-yard punt, it looks like they're going to go for it. But I think it's dangerous this early to get Bryan Station the ball on your end of the field. Now, they get it, you know, kudos to them, but I think it's a big risk this early in the game. It could get away from you, and they could be hoping to get a jump off sides here by the station.
4th and 2 in shotgun for the first time tonight. It's going to be a quarterback keeper, and they are going to pick it up. Needed 2, they got 3. And it's a keeper. I believe the ball carrier was Bryant Mathis with a direct snap.
Looked like the Wildcat play there. Kentucky runs off with Wimsatt in the game. A couple lead blockers led up in there, and turned out to be a nice play. Good pickup for them.
So they get the ball out to the 45-yard line, the second first down of Madison Central here on this drive. They had a 3-and-out on their opening drive. Clock ticking, 3:24 left in the first quarter. The Indians trail 7-0. And they had tricked everybody on that as to who had the ball. And now scampering away on the near sideline, running across is Pritchard. And he is tackled near the sideline, out near the 41-yard line. They had everybody running in 2 different directions, and it was Pritchard that had the ball.
Yeah, good misdirection there. The wing back coming back to the left. Fooled me. I was watching the other guy I thought had the ball, and that's what makes that offense so effective when you can run it like that.
That's a pickup of 13 yards. And this will be the first play of the game for Madison Central in Bryan Station territory. Liam Daly, the new quarterback, handing it. No, it's an option play. The pitch is a little bit wide of Pritchard, and then he falls down, but he had a lot of real estate as he brings the ball out to the 37-yard line.
That was definitely an option. He read it well, too. He went out and made that end commit. Nice pitch. I thought it should have been handled a little better. I thought the relationship to the pitchman and the quarterback was just perfect. And unfortunately for Madison Central, he didn't quite hold on to it. He could have got a much bigger gain.
Yeah, they still get 5 on it, but he had a one-on-one matchup, Bill, near the first down marker, and if he would have broken that, I think it would have been 6. Handoff inside, not much doing. Right up the gut.
That one, I'm not sure. That one almost looked like they were running the option again, and the running back took it.
Corinthian Barnes.
I'm not sure that he wanted. I'm not sure it was a give as much as it was a take, because if you watch the quarterback's arms when he goes by, it's sort of like, no, you're not taking it. But
3rd and 5 for Madison Central, and that's going to bring the Bryan Station crowd to life. They hand it off to Barnes. Nope, it's another option run, and this time the pitch out to the far side, and the ball going to be brought across the first down marker, and out of bounds is Bryant Mathis, picking up the 3rd first down of the drive for Madison Central.
And for a quarterback running his first varsity experience, running the option against a really good 6A team here in Bryan Station, did a really nice job there. The defensive end broke down in good position, but what you want, if that defensive end doesn't come down and take you right now, you're cutting upfield, which is what he did. And then when he stepped by him, he made the pitch. And so just a really nice football play by the quarterback there.
Bryan Station calls timeout, and I wonder, Bill, if this isn't so much a bit of a rest for his defense, but maybe Phil Hawkins, the head coach for Bryan Station, is not liking the way that they're defending this option play, because they're 2 for 2 on it, really. I know that first one was only a 5-yard gain, but had it been handled a little better, might have gone for a touchdown.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I think it's about assignment. What he's talking to him, look, when he comes out there, depending upon what call they've got in the defense, and he's reading that end on that outside option there, and the end he's either got to take that quarterback or he's got to go to pitch. But if he stands there in no man's land, the quarterback's going to cut up field. That's what he's taught to do. If he doesn't take him, he's going to cut up field because he's guaranteed getting some yardage there. And so the defensive end can't stand in no man's land.
Back and ready for it as Daly will swing it out on the long toss. Mathis with it on the near sideline. Gets it across the line of scrimmage. He is tripped up just shy of the 25-yard line. Was slow to get up for a moment, but now he pops up. Does Jeff Hairston on that carry. Not a whole lot there, but wouldn't have counted anyway. Flag on the field, and this one's coming back.
I was watching the defensive end there, and I don't know what was Damon Green coming up from his defensive back position or who that was, but he played that beautifully. They tried to reach him, and he kept contact with his inside, his left arm, and kept containment out there and bumped that outside. Really nice defensive football play.
That'll back them up to the 37-yard line for Madison Central. As a bit of an end around, does get them some free space, and now sprinting out near the original line of scrimmage and getting out across of it on that impressive play is Davion DeBruce, just his 13th carry of the year, but he's going to pick up the penalty yardage and more on that.
Davion showed some speed there, really nice acceleration, and keeps getting runs like that. He's going to get more carries.
Yeah, DeBruce picks up a dozen or maybe 13 on that. It's out to the 25-yard line. Coming up on the end of the first quarter, Bryan Station leading 7-0 on a Jaws Washington 29-yard touchdown run. Daly back under center. Daly. Another option play. This one a little high, but Mathis able to use the right hand and catch it, and he'll bring the ball down to the 22, a short gain. But maybe a bit fortunate is Madison Central as the quarter ends that ball didn't go over his head of Bryant Mathis. He was able to save it with the right hand and keep it in front of him. Will be a big third down when we start the second quarter, but at the end of quarter number one, it's Bryan Station 7, Madison Central nothing here on Glycod.
Bold impression when you show up in a new Kia from Cartown Kia.
Save $4,250 off a new 2024 Kia Sorento, or lease for $279 down and $279 per month. At new 2024 Kia Fortes, just $229 down and $229 per month. Or save more with rates as low as 0.9%.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. Give them something to talk about in a new Kia from Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Calling all football fans. Come on down to Roosters, where the wings are hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times never stop. Roosters is where you can catch all the action of the game and enjoy a delicious meal. Choose from 15 varieties of sauces. Even try our burgers, salads, and out-of-this-world pizzas. Something for everyone at Roosters. Dine in, carry out, or let us cater. Open late for the Night Owls. Visit our Richmond Road location or off Nicholasville Road by Walmart.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
3rd down and 5 for Madison Central to start the quarter. They hand it off to Mathis. Mathis breaks it across the 1st down marker. He bowls over a defender. It gets down just shy of the 10-yard line. What a play call to open the 2nd quarter there, Bill.
Yeah, it looked like the same play that Bruce ran to the opposite side last time. And they're getting some yardage out of that. Nice football play, nice blocking, good acceleration by both backs.
What a great drive, too, to answer the touchdown. Now they want to convert and punch it in themselves. As Daly will hand it off. Mathis again around the left tackle. Brings a couple of defenders across with him. And he's tackled just shy of the 5-yard line. They can get a 1st down without scoring. That 1st down marker out near the 2-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and 3 at the 5-yard line. But again, Bill, they can still pick up a 1st down without scoring.
Yeah, that last play, Bryan Station walked their linebackers up and essentially had 8 guys in the box, but broke it off the tackle's hip for a nice run there.
We'll call it the 5.5-yard line. As Daly, this time a quick handoff and not much doing. The spot will be important. No gain is what it looks like. And that'll bring up a big 3rd down, which earlier in the drive, Madison Central wasn't shy about going for it. In fact, that's what set up this long drive, is the fact that they went for it on a 4th and I believe 4 earlier this drive out near midfield. It's been a slow and methodical advance since then.
Really nice drive.
So 3rd down, and we'll call it 2.5. Daly under center. Daly on the end around, a handoff on the near sideline, rallying to the ball. He got out to the 5, maybe the 4. I don't think he got enough. Stopped on the play is Barnes. No gain officially. They say he got back to that 5.5-yard line, and let's see what Madison Central elects to do, if they take the points or if they'll go for it on 4th down. 9:40 left here in the 2nd quarter. 7-0 Bryan Station. They do not appear to be kicking it right now, Bill.
No, I think they're going to go for it, and be interesting to see what they run here, of course.
In the Wildcat is Mathis. He takes the snap, goes around the left tackle. Now he wants to throw with the left hand. He finds a man for a touchdown. Catching it in the end zone is Nathan Ogle. And for the first time this year, Bryant Mathis, their starting running back, and a southpaw, left-handed touchdown. And Madison Central an extra point away from tying this one up.
Really nice play. Not quite the jump pass that Tim Tebow used to run, but very similar. He ran up and then drew the linebackers in and then just dumped it off. A nice throw in there to the big target, Nathan Ogle there, 6'3", 220-pound senior, so a nice big target and just a well-called football play. Nice play calling there on Madison Central's part.
Peyton Gilbo, who has not missed an extra point this year, 21 for 21, on to attempt the point after. Trying to tie this game up. Good snap, good hold, and a good kick as well. It's through the uprights and a great drive. Long, methodical from Madison Central to tie the game up. It's 7-all with 9:15 left in the first half here on Glycod.
the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling. You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Out of the Wildcat on 4th down. Bill, Madison Central, I think, caught Bryan Station a little bit surprised there. And their running back, Bryant Mathis, able to throw a touchdown to Ogle, and we're tied up.
Yeah, looking at my records here, that's Ogle's first touchdown. He's only had 2 receptions on the year, which is surprising because he is a big guy. He's a big target, 6'3", 220 tight end. Looks like someone you'd like to throw the ball to often, but of course we know they love to run the ball, but really nice play.
The kick is going to bounce into the end zone, and it stays to the right of the pylon, so that's going to be a touchback. And Bryan Station will take over their 3rd offensive series of the night. So both of these teams kind of following similar scripts. Both of them 3 and out on their opening offensive series. Then they get touchdowns on their second with long drives, although Madison Central was a very long, methodical drive. In fact, they converted 2 4th downs on it. Let's see what Bryan Station has in store here on senior night in drive number 3.
Both of them are going to mix some short passes in here and there, but by and large, they're both going to rely on that running game.
James Davis, the quarterback, with Washington behind him. Washington, last time we saw him, scampered in for a 29-yard touchdown. Davis will drop back to pass. Looking across the middle, he has a man complete out across the 35 down near the 39-yard line. Catch made in space by Braden Payne, the 5'4" freshman receiver in the slot. And a big pickup there on 1st down of 19 yards.
Really nice throw and catch there. He threw a dart and on a crossing pattern, and just a good football play.
Davis back in the pistol. Washington gets the handoff. Stiff arm, brings the ball out across the 45, and he's brought down near the 47, make it 46-yard line. So it's a pickup of 7 on 1st down by Jaws Washington.
And as you alluded to earlier, Andrew, you saw out there was a good example of, even though he's a power back, he did stutter step a little bit, give his blockers an opportunity to do their job, and then he did finish the job himself.
2nd down and 3 as Davis will hand it right back off to Washington. He's got a big seam up the middle, and he's out across the 40, and he's tripped up at the 35-yard line. A pickup of near 19 yards on that run. Already the 3rd longest run for Washington, and it's another Bryan Station 1st down.
No stutter stepping on that one. He hit the hole hard. The seam was there, and that's the kind of football play I love to see, where there's no hesitation. You hit it full speed, and he's a load when he gets into that secondary.
Yeah, you do not want to meet him one-on-one when he's downhill, do you?
No, I was looking to see how those little defensive backs for Madison Central could handle him.
7:40 left in the 2nd quarter. We're tied at 7, but Bryan Station is driving. 1st down here for the defenders. Davis in shotgun. Davis using some motion now, and it might have been an illegal motion unless that was a delay of game. It is a delay of game on Bryan Station, so that's going to back them up 5 yards and slow down this drive a little bit.
Did not need that.
1st down and 15 now for Bryan Station. They're going to try, I think, maybe the same play here. Davis drops back to pass, looking out across the middle. Now he wants to go deep down the near sideline, sliding back to his right, in and out of the hands of Kamani Barber. It's incomplete, but a flag thrown at the end. And let's see what the call is going to be here. It is pass interference on Madison Central, so Barber couldn't secure the touchdown pass, but was interfered with, and that's going to be an automatic 1st down.
he had to come back to catch that ball. And I'm surprised they made that call. I'll just say that.
Didn't seem to be a whole lot of contact there, but that might have been, I guess, Bill, one of those underthrown passes that sometimes the receiver gets the benefit of.
I think you're exactly right.
Davis in shotgun, hands it off to Washington. Washington bowls through that big line into a ball of dust out near the 21-yard line.
When you can run 7 or 8 yards a clip up the middle there, that's certainly going to open up that passing game.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he did have Kamani Barber down the sideline there, just a little bit underthrown, but they do get the pass interference, and that first down run of 6 yards sets up a very manageable 2nd and 4. They'll go right back to Washington. He's met early, and a good open field tackle there by William Thurman. Just a pickup of a couple.
It's really close. Let's see where they mark it here.
Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 1. They need to get to the
16, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like the 16, and I think they're at the 17, maybe a little bit forward. Haven't asked for a measurement, so it looks like they're 1 full yard. Yeah, they're 1 full yard short.
Not much guessing what's going to happen here. They may surprise us. And
I guess.
Actually, it's a play where you could pull it out and then just dump it, but I don't think we'll see that.
They do hand it off to Washington, and he is met at the line, behind the line, in fact. What a play in the backfield made by Sean Reese. Came in with 27 tackles on the year. Few bigger than that one as he met the big Washington behind the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be a loss of a couple.
Yeah, both those linebackers, Reese and Farmer, and also Hager as well. Of course, your linebackers usually lead your team in tackles. Farmer leads the team with 76, but good football play by Sean Reese there.
It's going to be 4th down and 2 after the loss of 1. And they are going to go for it, are the defenders. Davis back in the huddle. Davis.
Cutting it close.
And now we're going to have a timeout. I think that play clock was dwindling there, Bill, and it is a Bryan Station timeout. Their second of the half that they've burned. It'll stop at 5:07 in this second quarter, tied at 7. Well, it didn't work on 3rd and 1, but do you expect anything different here, Bill, on 4th and 2?
Well, I'm thinking they still may give it to him, but a good option here may be a little play action pass with Washington up the middle, and then give your quarterback an opportunity to roll out with a pass run option, because he does run so well.
Yeah, it makes it easy when you got a mobile quarterback, right, and James Davis that can just kind of go get those yards on his own if he doesn't have a throw that he likes.
Sure, and you've only got to dump it 3 yards here, 4 yards, and so no problem getting to the sticks. So I would want to put the ball in my quarterback's hands and give him that option.
Punting optional tonight. Bryan Station going for it here on 4th down. On their last touchdown drive, Madison Central went for it on 4th down on a couple of occasions as well. Although each team has punted the ball once tonight, but nonetheless, it won't be here, and it won't be a kick either. Interesting formation. They're going to stack up on the left side with Washington in the backfield, Davis under center, and now they call a timeout again. Does Bryan Station?
Different coaches have different names for that set. We used to call it a pig set. We have two backs get lined up behind the guard and tackle, or the tackle in the end. And I think what they were lining up for was a power play over that left side. And Madison Central did not think they had the defense for that, and I think they called that timeout there.
I think Bryan Station is the one who burned it. They pointed.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they pointed back to the Bryan Station side of the field, and I'm not sure if there was a miscommunication or if that play clock was dwindling again. I do notice they have them out of the huddle much faster than they did in the last timeout, so they don't have any timeouts left, so let's see what they elect to do. They're going to line up in the same formation, Bill. Davis under center. Two big guys to the left of Washington. Davis. Takes the ball, hands it off to Washington. Washington charging forward into a pile of dust. Question is the spot.
I think he got it. And it's exactly what I thought they would do. They had the power, and they ran the power to the left where they had the 2 extra blockers.
He might have been able to muscle himself up to the 16, if not the 15, which would be a first down. They have not.
We're going to measure. That line judge came running in right on the 15-yard line, which made me think that it was a first down.
Yeah, that's why I thought that they might have given him the 15, which would just be, move the sticks, no measurement needed. But they are going to come out and measure. Right now the ball is spotted, I would say, a little in front of the 16 Bills, so I think Bryan Station got it, but a little bit more dramatic than what we maybe initially thought. Here comes the official confirmation, and no, he is short. And when I say he is short by a few inches, that is not being dramatic. There was not a lot of space between that chain and the ball. But they say he didn't get it. That's an unfortunate spot for Bryan Station, and a big break and a big stop for Madison Central.
Well, they say it's a game of inches, and there was about 3 or 4 there, wasn't it?
Big stop for Madison Central, who will now take over at their own 16-yard line, looking for another long, methodical drive, maybe to close out this half and go into the locker room with the lead. Remember, they deferred, so they'll get the ball first to start the second half. Daly keeps it himself, brings it out across the 20, down to the 21-yard line. Liam Daly, the sophomore quarterback, making his first start. Nice healthy gain there of about 5 on first down.
A little quarterback keep. Sometimes teams will call that a little belly option. You put it in the play of the running back there, then just pull it out and then use them as a lead blocker. But there wasn't much there.
Ball spotted at the 20.5-yard line. So this will be about a 2nd down and 6, maybe 5. As Daly going to run it around the right tackle again. And now Daly's got some space. He's out to the 35-yard line. And a pickup of 15 on the QB keeper.
Unless I missed something there, that's the exact same play they just ran. And I'm sure the coaching staff is looking at it and saying, that play should work. Run it again. They see something there on the defense that they feel good about that play.
I think you're right. He bounced right off the right tackle, just like he did on the first down run. And he just took it out to the 35 for a first down. We're under 4 minutes to go in the first half, tied at 7. Madison Central getting a big 4th down stop in the red zone, taking over on downs. They've picked up 1 first down, looking for more. Mathis in motion. Daly going to pull it back and try to throw. Slips out of a tackle, throws it just shy of a defender. And everybody looking back at where he might have been, because there really wasn't anybody down there.
Is that a late flag or not?
Oh, they are backing. Nope, they're not backing up the spot. Sometimes it has been a point of emphasis, not just in high school, but really across all 3 levels of football, of kind of discussing that grounding call. And looks like they were satisfied with either him being out of the tackle box or maybe someone being down there.
The only person I saw down there was actually a lineman, but maybe I missed it. But Bryan Station brought the house there, and he had to get rid of it.
Daly, who had not tried to throw it yet in his first varsity start, will try again here. This time it's an end around to Mathis, but boy, Bryan Station had that one read. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down coming up.
Bryan Station's running that 4-4 defense. They've got the 4 down linemen, and they've got the 4 linebackers. And on the snap of the ball that time, they all stepped up, which essentially put 8 men in the box. And so they're basically daring Madison Central to throw the ball. At least on that play they were selling out, but now 3rd and 10 they may decide to go a different route.
Under 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. 3rd down and 10 for Daly and the Indians. Daly under center. will bring it out himself across the far sideline. Had a receiver, but he threw it low and missed him. It's incomplete, and will bring up 4th and 10 for Madison Central. They were bold on their last touchdown drive, Bill, but those were 4th down and shorts. Looks like they're going to punt it away this time.
Yeah, he had an open receiver there, just as you mentioned, threw it behind him down low, but he was 11 yards down the field. Had he caught that, he would have had a first down and more.
So a punt coming up here for Madison Central. Short kick. This one is going to go out of bounds at around the 38-yard line. That's right near where Bryan Station will take over when we come back. 2:35 to play in the first half. We're tied at 7 here on Glycon.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Davis back to pass to get things started, but now he'll pull it down and take a cross midfield as he didn't like anything downfield. And we've talked about it, Bill. James Davis, that's the threat he brings to the table. On a big, long QB keeper, it's a first down on the first play of this drive for Bryan Station.
Yeah, it's so tough to guard against a good running quarterback like that when they're looking to pass the ball. You've got guys covering your downfield men, but then it makes it tough to stay in. And
high throw nearly picked off, and then it's in and out of the hands of Kamani Barber, who drew the pass interference play on the last drive, but that might have been 6 had that one been picked off.
I think so, Andrew. I think so. And he knows it.
And to make matters worse for Madison Central is that ball was nearly caught after the after the batted ball. But it is an incomplete pass. Stops the clock at 2:09. They'll put Washington in motion out to the left. Davis looking his way. Davis instead will go across the middle, and that ball looked like it bounced up into the arms, and it did. It's incomplete. Into the arms on one hop of Tayshawn Adams, who has 7 catches this year.
I do like the fact that Bryan Station, when they're running these plays, the receivers are getting to the sticks. You know, I get frustrated sometimes with our some of our college teams. Sometimes they run those passes short, they complete them, but we don't get a first down.
Davis in shotgun. It's a 3rd and long. He's throwing again. He'll throw it short out to Washington. Washington is wrapped up across the 45. We tried to slip out of that tackle, but credit to Madison Central. He held on to it there, and Washington unable to get the extra 5 for the first down. And a timeout, Madison Central, to stop the clock at 1:54.
I'm not 100% sure that Bryan Station's going to punt the ball here. They may very well be content to pin back Madison Central deep and go in with a 7-7 score, but then again, they may say, you know what, we just need 5-6 yards here. Maybe we can pick that up and go in and put a score on.
Well, with that play call there on 3rd down, it almost telegraphs a little bit, doesn't it, Bill, that they might think about going for it on 4th down. You were just talking about running past the sticks, and it seemed like Washington was waiting for that ball about 5 yards shy of it. But he almost did slip out of that tackle. Got him by the ankle. No, they are going to punt.
They are going to punt.
So a punt coming up at 1:54 to go in the first half. John Hannon, who is the place kicker as well for Bryan Station, will kick this one away. Madison Central will get another crack at it. By the way, they'll also get the ball first to start the half as Hairston is back looking for his 2nd punt return of the night. He had a good first one. Low snap, dealt with, and then kicked high into the air. This one's not going to go very far. Madison Central imploring everyone to stay out of the way, and the ball is downed at the 25-yard line by Bryan Station.
I think Madison Central might have gotten away with a little infringement there. I thought the guy jumped the gun, but no flags, so that could have been really bad for Madison Central, because then I think Bryan Station may have gone for it with 4th and 1 instead of 4th and 6.
Only ended up being about a 20-yard punt there, Bill, because Hannon was not a great snap. It was at his feet. And I wonder if you mentioned that early pressure, wonder if that affected the snap a little bit.
Could have.
With all those moving components. But 1:43 left, and Madison Central, by my count, only called 1 timeout on the last drive, so they'll have 2 in their pocket. That's the good news. The bad news is, can they cover 76 yards in 1:43? We'll find out. Daly. Handoff and met at the line of scrimmage and dropped just behind the line of scrimmage.
I think both teams have 1 timeout left, and I don't think Madison Central is going to use theirs. I think they're going to be content to be 7-7 tie here at halftime on an away field.
Yeah, they did not call it there. It's down to $120 on the snap. Handoff to Mathis. Mathis is going to charge across the 35 down to the 37. That'll move the sticks. Mathis, one of his best runs of the night.
Well, Mathis didn't fold in the tent.
No,
he was wanting to take that one to the house. And good hard football run.
Under a minute to go. Clock still rolling. Pitched out. Mathis trying to get to that boundary line, but he stays in bounds. It's a gain of 8, but he could not get out of bounds. Clock will still run. 40 seconds to go. Let's see how much of a hurry Madison Central will be in. And now a timeout coming. It will be Madison Central who calls it. Stops the clock at 35.1 seconds. Here in the first half, 7 all. And this is kind of where, Bill, having a new signal caller doesn't help things when you got to go 76 yards in under 2 minutes.
No. I'm curious here about what their thinking is. You know, you could throw the ball down the field here and you can take a couple of shots. You got 2nd, 3rd down, you can take some shots on. Then if you don't make a big play, then you can turn around and punt the ball. But I would guess you don't even have to punt the ball unless that second one was incomplete. Of course, yeah, it would stop the clock. But at least one throw downfield here to see something magical can happen for him.
Mathis, by the way, on that last run picked up 9. Just couldn't get out of bounds. So it's going to be 2nd down and 1 at the 46. Madison Central does have a good place kicker, so figure they want to maybe at least try to get around to the 20 or so. But with no timeouts, it would be a little chaotic as Mathis, he's going to throw. Remember, he threw the touchdown as he throws it across, and it's picked off on the far sideline. Great play made on the ball, a little bit of a floating pass, and the interception made by Zay White. Well, Mathis, who had the touchdown pass, Bill, on a little bit of a floater. This one a long floater, and that gave White time to climb the ladder, and boy, did he time that perfect.
I think you hit that nail on the head there. Good coverage. It stayed up just a little longer than he wanted. A well-thrown ball, but probably could have stood to throw it out to just a couple of more yards and let him run under it.
Marked down at the 22-yard line on the interception. 26.7 seconds left here in the opening half. Davis in the shotgun. Davis will hand it off to Washington. A little bit of a trick play. It's back into the arms of Davis. Davis, long throw down. It is out of bounds. There is a flag in the backfield as it's an incomplete pass, but let's see what this penalty might be. It's going to be a hold on Bryan Station, and that may end any real serious thoughts of the defenders of trying to go downfield on this.
Yeah, I hate to sound so conservative because I'm really not, but you would think so. Yeah, I would take a knee right here, not take any chance of turning the ball over.
Especially where they're at. They're being marched back to the 12 so deep.
Or even if you
into
don't
their
throw
own
an
end.
interception, if you drop back to pass and he gets blindsided and he fumbles the ball, then they're set right there inside the 10.
Davis is going to hand it off to Washington, who is content just to run into the pile of defenders out near the 17-yard line, and the clock will run, and that'll run us to halftime. 7-7 our score, a 29-yard touchdown by Kalen Washington in the first quarter for Bryan Station, and then a 5-yard pass on fourth down by the running back, Bryant Mathis of Madison Central, to Nathan Ogle, and we are knotted at 7 at the break here on senior night at Bryan Station. Festivities going on. Some more festivities from the band coming up at halftime. We'll step aside, take a break. We'll be back with some first half breakdown here in just a moment on Glycon.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance and conversation starters you need in your parenting journey. Use discount code KIDS at checkout to get 10% off any handbook. Visit operationparent.org to reclaim your confidence as a parent. Operation Parent, you've got this. For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech 24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Mathnasium of East and West Lexington, sponsor of tonight's Scholar Athlete. Mathnasium unlocks the math potential in every child.
Welcome back to Bryan Station High School. 7-7 our score. Andrew Kappas and Bill Powell here with you in the broadcast booth. And Bill, that was a fun half of football and kind of what you and I thought was going to happen in that we saw a lot of running the ball, both teams controlling the clock, and each team had a long, methodical touchdown drive.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Some nice running there by a couple of guys there. Of course, we know Washington and Mathis ran the ball well. And some good play calling, just kept the other team off balance. And you have to have those long drives like that. And it was also enjoyable not to see a lot of penalties. And we saw a couple there, but and the half flew by. I think we played that in less than an hour.
Yeah.
50 minutes.
And I think that if you want to look for a pivotal play, I thought after the pass interference that was drawn in the end zone by Kamani Barber of Bryan Station, I thought that, Bryan Station was in great position to score, but credit Madison Central. They were able to kind of bear down defensively on that drive, and Bryan Station elected to go for it on fourth down. I thought maybe misordered. I don't want to say misordered, but I was a little surprised they didn't go to Washington earlier on that third and fourth down sets before they turned it over on downs.
Yeah, we've said this before. When you've got a guy like that, and he's so strong, you just got to give him an opportunity. I don't care if it's 2 or 3 plays in a row, because he's a threat to break it at any time, but certainly just to pick up short yardage.
And you can see why he is one of the leaders in not just 6A. He's number 2 in 6A. But he's one of the leaders in the entire state of Kentucky. Number of Division I offers. He went for 139 yards last week against Douglas with a touchdown. So against high-quality competition, he's well on his way to another triple-digit effort here tonight. But halftime here at Bryan Station High School. It is 7-all between the defenders of Bryan Station and the Madison Central Indians. We'll have more first-half breakdown when we come back here on Glycon.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Calling all football fans. Come on down to Roosters, where the wings are hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times never stop. Roosters is where you can catch all the action of the game and enjoy a delicious meal. Choose from 15 varieties of sauces. Even try our burgers, salads, and out-of-this-world pizzas. Something for everyone at Roosters. Dine in, carry out, or let us cater. Open late for the Night Owls. Visit our Richmond Road location or off Nicholasville Road by Walmart.
Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance and conversation starters you need in your parenting journey. Use discount code KIDS at checkout to get 10% off any handbook. Visit operationparent.org to reclaim your confidence as a parent. Operation Parent, you've got this.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Let's get real. For a lot of people, 4 years of college might as well be a million. With us, you can get a certificate in a matter of months and start a career right away. College for the real world. College for your world.
With Fast Signs, create custom deep sea signage that makes the wait a visual escape. Fast Signs, make your statement.
We're here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
Little everyday conversations about the dangers of underage drinking can make a big difference in a child's life. Talk, they hear you.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Welcome back to Bryan Station High School, where it is 7-all at halftime here at R.L. Grider Stadium on the north side of Lexington. Andrew Kappas and Bill Powell here with you tonight. Good crowd on hand during senior night. Senior night festivities continuing during the break there for Bryan Station. Hard to believe we're already at that time of year here in the fall sports schedule. I know some believe postseason soccer may be starting here shortly, or I think it actually already is in the thick of postseason soccer. So these seasons always seem to go by a little faster each year, so it's hard to believe that we're at the final Friday night lights of the month of October, and we're already thinking playoff football here. And this is a game that has huge playoff implications as well, as Bryan Station with a win tonight could lock up a first-round home game here at R.L. Grider Stadium with a win. Douglas right now with a win would be in great position. In fact, they would clinch that top seed, giving them at least 2 home games in the playoff section of 6A in District 8. But to recap the scoring, 2 long, methodical touchdown drives in that first half, 1 for each team. With 6.5 left in the first quarter, Kalen Washington, Jaws as they call him, the number 2 rusher in 6A, broke loose for a 29-yard touchdown, went around the right tackle, found a seam, and then he broke it out across a safety, kind of shrugged him off, went down the near sideline, and then beat the near pylon as well. In for the score. Extra point was good, and after 2 drives apiece, it was 7-0 Bryan Station. But then on the third drive of the game for Madison Central, a lengthy one brought them all the way down to 9:15 to play in the second quarter. And a man that had not thrown a pass all year, Bryant Mathis, normally their running back, who came in with 778 rushing yards and 9 rushing touchdowns, fired a pass on 4th down and 5 at the 5-yard line, just shy of 4th and goal. They could have picked up a first down had they gotten it to the 1, but they didn't need it because on that Wildcat formation, Nathan Ogle was left unmarked in the end zone, and Mathis on that Wildcat play, bit of trickery, was able to fire it in the end zone with his left hand on a floater. Ogle was all by himself, and the extra point was good, and it is 7-all here at halftime between Bryan Station and Madison Central. And Bill, you talk about second half adjustments for these 2 teams. It looked like Bryan Station called timeout to adjust to the option, so one would assume that that's already been covered up. But what are some things these 2 teams may be looking to change going into half number 2?
Well, my experience in coaching high school kids is even though they address that, they'll want to go over it again. I'm sure they're going to get it on the board and they're going to write it up and, hey, he does this, you do this, you can't do this. You've got to step here. You know, the defensive ends and the contained man's got to have his guy. It's called assignment football. Who is assigned to the quarterback? Who is assigned to the pitch man? And I don't know if they're reading that inside dive or not, or if it's just a straight give, you know, the old-fashioned what they call triple option. Uses in high school oftentimes it's just the double option, but you know, they'll go over that again, even though they addressed it during the game. And I think with Madison Central offensively, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm at a loss here, as I think they'll just want to talk about execution. Say, hey, we drove the ball down the field, we executed, we blocked well, guys ran the ball well. We just got to continue to do what we know we can do and stay the course, as the old George H. Bush used to say years ago there, and drive it down the field. And I think they know they can play with Bryan Station, and they're just going to have to play good, solid football, eliminate mistakes, and execute on offense.
7-all our score here at the break between Bryan Station and Madison Central in a pivotal 6A showdown. We'll have the start of the second half when we come back here on Glycon.
New year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Welcome back to Bryan Station High School. Andrew Kappas, Bill Powell with you. Hot off the presses there, Bill, is that stat sheet. And not surprising, we see Jaws Washington just shy of 100. He had that 29-yard touchdown scamper. Didn't realize that was his longest run of the night, but nonetheless, he's got 85 yards and a touchdown. 54 for Bryant Mathis, the leading rusher, but he also had the touchdown pass. Only 4 yards, but still counted for 6. But what jumps out at you on that page?
Well, the 85 yards. It's a quiet 85 yards.
Yes.
It's like a basketball player. He gets 30 points. You go, wow, I didn't realize he made that many points. I knew he was having a good game, but, both teams, limited first downs, 8 for Madison Central, 6 for Bryan Station, both rushing for 130 and 106 respectively. Madison Central with 130 yards, and both of them very little on offense. Passing the ball, 1 for 4 for Madison Central and 2 for 4 for Bryan Station. And so total offense, Madison Central 134 and Bryan Station 129. So just like the score, the stats are very close.
We know just about as much as we did at kickoff through the first 24 minutes of football, and that sets us up for a really fun second half. We're going to take one more break here on this halftime program to get us caught up. When we come back, we'll have the start of half number 2 between the Defenders and the Indians here on Glycon.
New year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
7-all between Madison Central and Bryan Station. And Bill, you were looking at the time of possession. That does really jump out at the page. 15 minutes for Madison Central, just shy of 9 minutes for Bryan Station. I would say the bulk of that 15 came on the touchdown drive for the Indians, but nonetheless, I did not realize it was about a 2-to-1 disparity.
I didn't either. You were asking if anything jumped out at you, and everything was pretty similar until we got down to that, and I just did not realize it had been that stark a differential there between those two.
And the other number that jumps out to me, Bill, is just that red zone chances. Madison Central able to get down to the 5 and had that little jump pass from Bryant Mathis for the touchdown to Nathan Ogle, whereas Bryan Station, they got into the red zone because of the pass interference call, but they really kind of sputtered. The drive really did stall after that pass interference call, and they weren't able to not only get points, but they turned it over on downs, and they're hoping that they do not regret that a little bit later on.
Yeah, and I don't know that it was anything that Bryan Station didn't do offensively as much as it was the fact that Madison Central stepped it up on defense. They played good assignment football, some really good tackles in there. Not Jordan Haskins, but Sam Farmer stepped up in there and made a couple of good tackles there. He's got 4.5 tackles that first half. So good defensive play there by Madison Central to stop that drive.
Madison Central won the toss, and they deferred before the start of the game, so they'll get the ball first here to start half number 2. Hairston is back to receive alongside Hairston's there on the far side. He had the punt return that went for 15 yards in the first half that helped set up a good field position start on their first drive, although they would go 3 and out on it. But nonetheless, Bryan Station will kick this one away to start half number 2. John Hannon will send it back. Hannon sends it out. It's going to be fielded at the 8-yard line. Brought out across the 30, out near the 40, out near midfield now, just shy of midfield, down to the 48-yard line.
Great return there. I thought he was down, then he just bumped out of the crowd and broke it. And super nice return. Put them in good field position here to start this second half.
They don't have an 82 on their roster, but he'd be able to bring it out to the 47-yard line, a return of about 39 yards, I would say. I think he picked that up at the 8-yard line. So great field position for Madison Central here on first down. Daly, a handoff on the inside. It's going to be brought across midfield, and Sean Reese is dropped after a modest gain on first down, but a good one.
I think we'll see a lot of that, just like that this second half, as long as the score stays close. Just trying to get it out 4 and 5, 6 yards a clip if they can do that. Running just off the tackle's outside hip. I think they're finding that's their best place to run up against this Bryan Station defense.
Picked up 6 on the play. It'll be second down and 4. Ball at the 47. They need to get to the 43. On the other side of midfield now. Just the second play of the half. Hand off to the left side, and that one's going to be dropped at the 45. Ball carrier is Bryant Mathis, his first touch of the second half, the leading rusher for Madison Central.
And what you saw there by Madison Central was actually a little trap block. I could not tell if it was the right guard or the right tackle, but they blocked down, and then he kicked out, and the Mathis ran just inside his block.
Third down and 2. Ball at the 45. They need to get to the 43. Madison Central inside handoff. That'll be a first down. Forward progress, I would assume, would give them that, as the official who spots it is standing at the 42-yard line, which is 1 yard beyond the first down marker.
Very similar start to what they had on that long drive they had in the first half. Just running the ball off tackle. As we talked about, executing, running the ball hard, keeping control of the football.
Now, we played that first half in just about an hour because the clock was just constantly running. These two teams running the ball. Daly kept it, and I think that might have been a miscommunication. Looked like he was trying to maybe pitch it to someone, but there was nobody to his left, and he gets stacked up for a loss.
If he was reading that, it was a misread. But, that happens. You've got a young guy who hadn't played a whole lot of quarterback. No quarterback, actually, on the varsity level. So,
loss of 3. It'll be second down and 13. Trying to get down to the 32-yard line. Daly, we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, making his first varsity start as a quarterback. Hands it off. On the far side, Mathis will pick up some of that yardage back and then some as he's tackled out near the 38-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
I think they found something off those outside hip of the tackles on both sides of the football. That was a nice play there. They just happened to be behind the sticks before that play started.
3rd down and 6, and it could be 4-down territory. We'll see. A handoff and a bit of an end around, and then a pile up on the far side of the field. Jackson Pritchard, nobody fooled. And he's tackled at the 38-yard line. 4th down, and what does Madison Central do? Looks like they will punt. Peyton Gilbo, kicker and punter for Madison Central, will kick it away for the Indians. And it's another wobbly kick off to the left, out of bounds, and we'll see where the official says this one crossed out at. It is going to be a 1st down at the 18 for Bryan Station. They'll quickly come out and get their first drive started of the night. 8:02 to play in the first quarter. We're tied at 7.
Had a little bit of contact on that with the punter, but I think the referee was real quick to show that he did get contact with the football, which takes off any roughing the punter infraction.
Well, we haven't seen a lot of them tonight, but both teams have had a hard time punting it this evening.
And the snaps have been an issue as well.
Yeah. Davis with Washington behind him in the pistol. Now motion. High snap, but dealt with by Davis. Hands it off to Washington. He dives forward across the 20 down to the 21-yard line for a short pickup. Call it 2, and it's 2nd down and 8. Saw James Davis throw the ball a bit in the first half. A pretty good arm, does Davis.
He's got a strong arm. He does.
He's under center here on 2nd down. He wants to throw. Throws to the near side, a little bit high, but it's caught out across the 30 and tackled down now to the 32-yard line. That pass handled by Ashford. His 17th catch of the year.
That pass hung in the air a little bit. I thought it could be in trouble for him, but the defensive back didn't get there in time. So nice completion. Again, doing a good job of finding out where the sticks are, getting just enough yardage downfield to get that 1st down.
Ashford marked down at the 32, 1st down. Handoff to Washington. He is met at the line of scrimmage and stacked up for a no gain or maybe a little bit of a loss by Sean Reese.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. Those linebackers for Madison Central have done a really great job all year defensively for them.
They'll give them forward progress of a yard up to the 33, so it's 2nd and 9. Already, we've churned through half this 3rd quarter. We're coming up on 6 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Another pistol formation for Davis and the defenders. Washington behind him. Davis dropping back to pass. Looking out across the middle of the field, and it is intercepted atop the logo at midfield, and now a lengthy return. There's a flag on the play, but it was after the turnover, so the interception will hold for Sam Farmer, the leading tackler for Madison Central. Gets the INT, and what a mighty big turnover that is.
Really nice job. Madison Central only rushed 3 guys on that, dropped 4 linebackers back, 2 curl zones and out in the flats, and there was a little bit of traffic there where he threw that ball. He really just forced it in there a little bit, and Farmer stepped in, made a nice play, and Fortunate for Bryan Station that he didn't take it all the way. Of course, a penalty is going to bring it back a little ways here.
They did get a hold on that one, so it will back them up. But we'll take a quick break here. 5:51 to go in the third quarter. We're knotted at 7 with Madison Central taking over.
Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling. You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
A huge interception from Sam Farmer, who came in with 76 tackles this year. There was a penalty on the play, so they do back up a little bit. Ironically, right near where he intercepted it. Tackled on the first play of the drive is Liam Daly for a pickup of maybe 1 or 2 on the QB keeper.
Madison Central came back with that option there, and quarterback had to keep it. They had the contain man, had the pitch man there, and he had no alternative but to turn it upfield for a yard or 2.
Ball at the 49-yard line, which is right where Barber intercepted it. Did bring it back for a healthy return, but that got brought back by the penalty, but they'll take the turnover nonetheless. As Daly just slides down out near the original line of scrimmage, as that one was a bit of a broken play.
Definitely some miscommunication there. Backs went one way, quarterback the other. I'm assuming it was a quarterback since both backs went the other way.
Yeah, Barber just kind of had to go fly around, and then it was Liam Daly, the quarterback, who just really didn't have much help, and he looked upfield to see if he had any options, and he didn't, and he just decided to slide down at the original line of scrimmage at the 47. So it's 3rd and 10 for Madison Central as Bryan Station looking to get a big stop after the turnover. Dropping back to pass, a little floater down the far sideline, and this one is going to be picked off. Inbounds, and they're going to say he was out of bounds when he caught it. Was a clean catch, though, by the defender. I believe the man that made the catch was Caleb Bailey. But they say his left foot was out of bounds, so it negates the interception, but it is 4th down.
Good coverage there by Bailey. Shadowed him the entire way.
So a punt coming up. Line drive this time. It'll bounce, take a couple of hits, and it'll finally come and settle at the 19-yard line. As letting that one bounce was Jordan Haskins. Probably a good idea there with a defender bearing down on him.
He thought about it for just a moment. He did. It didn't bounce cleanly for him, or I think he would have done it anyway, despite the man bearing down on him. But, you get back to the punt the ball, you want to return it.
Especially with the line drive nature. When you see that line drive, you think, okay, I'm going to have a chance. But I think the turf took pretty much all the speed out of the football. It bounced straight up into the air. So it'll be ball at the 20-yard line, which I guess all is well that ends well for Bryan Station, right around where you would have been anyway prior to the interception. It was the 5th of the year, by the way, of James Davis, who takes back over. Handoff to Washington. Washington trying to get around the right tackle, but he doesn't get much. Maybe 3 on the play.
Madison Central, what they have done is they have sold out to stop Washington. Washington, he's the offense. He's what makes it go. And I think they're going to take their chances with Davis throwing the ball down the field. They're going to force him to throw the ball down the field. It's not their strength.
He had 85 rushing yards, did Washington, in the first half. Got 3 there. It's 2nd and 7 with Davis in the pistol. 2 wide receivers split to his near side. He drops back to pass. Doesn't like his options. Now he's going to pull the ball down and take off across the 30, down to the 35, out at the 41-yard line. Well, Davis can burn you. He came in with 444 rushing yards. And he picks up a whole bunch there, about 19 on the QB keeper.
That's what's so effective about their passing game, ironically, is when the coverage break when he has to throw the ball. When he can't throw the ball and he has to run, he can pick it up and gain some serious yardage.
First down and 10 at the 42. High snap. Davis, great job at handling it, but he's going to be tackled behind the line and dropped for a big loss. Now, that was doomed from the start, but credit James Davis for saving at least possession on that, but it will be a significant loss after a bad snap. Out near the 39, so it's a loss of 3, 2nd and 13. Davis back in the pistol. He'll drop back to pass again. Throws it on the near sideline, and this one's picked off. I don't think he saw the defender, Bill, and that one a clean interception. This time, it's in the arms of Aiden Parker, listed as a linebacker, dropping back in coverage, and he caught that cleanly.
Yeah, I don't think he saw him either. He threw it right to him. Just stepped up, and good catch. He didn't really have to do anything except turn around and catch the ball, but again, that's what you want your linebackers to do, drop in position there in the zone coverage and be ready to make a play.
So the two teams just trading possessions quickly, rapid fire here with 2:47 left in the third quarter, tied at 7. But Madison Central now will start at the 44-yard line in plus territory. See if they can cash in. Liam Daly, the sophomore QB, finds Mathis out across the 40, dropped at the 38-yard line for Bryant Mathis. Over 100 carries, by the way, not tonight, that would be a lot, for the season for Bryant Mathis.
That play has been very successful for them tonight.
Just like a little stretch play around the left tackle.
It gives you the impression when he first gives it to him, they may be going wide, but then he comes up inside the tight end.
2nd and 5 at the 39. They'll go back to Mathis. They'll do the same play, and Mathis breaks loose. He's tackled at the 31-yard line, and he almost broke that out for an even bigger game, but he does pick up 8 for a first down.
What you're seeing is some offensive philosophy that I really like, Andrew. Make them stop it. Some guys want to get creative and mix it up, but in high school football, if they're not going to stop you, just keep going to it. And Bryan Station is going to need to make an adjustment here. They're going to drive right down the field.
Especially with a back that's as skilled as Bryant Mathis, and you got a new quarterback, a sophomore, that's making his first varsity start at the position. I agree with you, Bill, and I wonder if they might just go right back to it. Bit of a modified I formation with Mathis back there. It's an inside handoff, and this one's stacked up at the line.
It was a quick hitter. I don't know if there was a quick, what we would call a zero trap there or not. Look at the replay here and see if there's any trap blocking on that. But just a little different than they had been running. Sometimes you can do that and you get by a linebacker before he realizes you've got the ball.
Under a minute to go in the third quarter, tied at 7. Mathis around the left tackle into a big pile of bodies down at the 29-yard line. Pickup of 2, maybe 3, depending on the spot. But it'll bring up third down regardless. And you're kind of entering no man's land too, aren't you, Bill, as far as thinking about maybe making it 4-down territory?
I think so. And I'm not sure what happened on that last play or not, but it could be that they're running a little bit of unbalanced there. You had the two wings, and you had the single back, and there was no wide people, which leads me to believe you had an extra man on that right side of the line, which, depending upon how Bryan Station adjusts to it, that's what could be leaving them open for those run plays.
And Madison Central will just let the quarter expire as the horn will sound. End of the third quarter, the two teams exchanging possessions. Couple of big turnovers for Bryan Station in that third period. And we will head to quarter number 4 here in Lexington, all knotted up at 7 here on Glycon.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Let's get real. You could go to work right after high school, but spend a little time with us and we'll give you a better chance to do more, be more, and earn more. College for the real world. College for your world.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Start of the fourth quarter here at Bryan Station. Madison Central knotted at 7. Jeff Pecoro on the sidelines right now. Color analyst on the UK Sports Network. My colleague from the network, I assume for ABC 36 here tonight, but nonetheless. Big third down to open up the quarter. End around play on the near side, and loose is Mathis. He's finally tripped up as he brings it out to the 13-yard line. And Bryant Mathis, a big scamper for a first down, and now a big threat for Madison Central to take their first lead of the game, Bill.
Yeah, I tried to count the helmets there, and I'm pretty sure what I alluded to earlier, that unbalanced line, you got 4 guys to the left side, 3 to the right, and let's look at it here.
Mathis lining up again on the far side, but he's been swinging around to get the handoff on these, and that's what they'll do here. Around the left side, this time they're ready for it. He's stacked up at the line for little to no gain.
They've made a good living off that play.
Yeah, they have. The only touchdown of the game, ironically, well, that wouldn't be the definition of irony, but nonetheless, Bryant Mathis, a passing touchdown. The running back. Let's see if they get creative down in the red zone. No gain on the play, so it's 2nd down and 10. Mathis, handoff, bounces off a defender, meets 2 more, and he's dropped at the 10-yard line. Pick up a 4. So it'll be 3rd down and 6.
And Madison Central's running that unbalanced. They have 4 blockers to the right side of the center. Then they bring the wing in. And then when they run to that side, unless you've adjusted on that front line, you're outnumbered.
3rd and 6. Curious what the play call might be. As Madison Central looking to take their first lead of the game, but a big 3rd down here. And they might have gotten somebody to jump offside there. They're looking for a flag. They won't get it. And now, timeout. That was a interesting sequence there, Bill. Almost like they were lining up for 4th down, trying to get somebody to line up offside, but that was 3rd down.
Well, I think what they wanted to get was a 3rd and 1, get that 5-yard penalty there. And
somebody did jump.
They did. They must not have crossed the plane.
But got back, yeah, in time and didn't make contact with an opponent. So out of the Madison Central timeout, we'll take a break as well. We're tied at 7 here in the 4th quarter on Glycod.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
Big third down play out of the timeout. Mathis climbing through defenders, now dragging a defender before he's wrestled down inside the 10-yard line.
That's going to be really close.
Near the marker, but it looks like he might be a yard short. They're not going to measure, I don't think, and they're going to call it 4th and 1. Or maybe 4th and a long one.
Kick it.
Interesting. Yeah, they will kick it. You surprised by that?
No, I'm not. I'm assuming they've got a lot of confidence in this guy. He's been a good kicker for them this year.
Peyton Gilbo has not missed an extra point this year. Sends the field goal up and good, his 3rd of the season. He's a perfect 3 for 3. And for the first time tonight, Madison Central takes the lead. Finally able to turn a turnover into some points. And it's the Indians who now have their first advantage of the game. 10-7 with 9:12 left to play in the 4th quarter here on Glycon.
On the road, call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
Glycon on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycon.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycon.
Madison Central kicking off after their field goal puts them up 10-7. Bryan Station will field it. Now they want to flip the field on the near side. They got blockers out in front like he was shot out of a cannon and finally met at the 45-yard line. Spun out of bounds, but what a return by Kamani Barber. That'll electrify that Bryan Station sideline and crowd as well as they find themselves facing a deficit for the first time tonight, Bill.
For sure. I think one of the reasons they kicked that line drive kickoff is to make sure that Barber does not get set up for a good return, but it didn't help in that time. He got a good wall over here on the right side and had the speed to get to it. But you're right, it definitely rejuvenated the sidelines and this fan base here, and they needed that.
Some juice back in the building.
And we've got a penalty on top of it.
Yeah, I think there might have been some extra, judging by how far they moved the ball up. Yeah, it looked like Barber might have gotten hit a little late out of bounds. And not sure if there was a face mask in there or not, but I thought the hit was late. So it is a personal foul penalty regardless, whatever that personal part of the foul might have been. It's a 15-yard advancement up to the 28. Davis back at quarterback, trying to shake off that last interception. Hands it off to Washington, who's got plenty of room on the left side. Washington bowling his way down to the 22-yard line. Pick up a 6.
I like the play call there. They spread the field a little bit, and then instead of running him between the tackles, Washington, you think of him as just this big power back, but he does have good speed, and allowed him to get just off tackle there with a full head of steam.
Markham down at the 23, so it's a pickup of 5. 2nd and 5 now, nearing the red zone. Washington avoids the trip, gets to the near side, brings the ball out across the 20. Marked down at the 19-yard line, so it'll bring up a very manageable 3rd and 1. A little bit of tempo here as well from Bryan Station.
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, at least there was.
Yeah, I was surprised they ran that pitch to the wide side of the field where they had trips. They did get some yardage out of it, about 3 yards, but you've got to count on 3 wideouts all getting their block.
3rd down and 1. Handoff on the inside. Washington didn't need much, but he gets it as he's tackled at about the 16. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line. A pickup of 4 and a 1st down for Bryan Station.
We have an injury on the field, Andrew.
And it is a Bryan Station player down. Number 51, it looks like, that is hurt, and they are tending to Keon Watson at the moment. So we will step aside while the athletic training staff is out to check on Keon Watson. There was hopefully not a serious injury on the field, as it is 10-7 right now. Madison Central in front, but Bryan Station driving with 7:40 left in the fourth quarter here on Glycod.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
Back here after the injury timeout, a handoff to Washington. He'll drag a couple of defenders with him across the 10 down near the 7-yard line. They did help up Keon Watson, the 5'11 senior, was favoring, I think, his left leg a little bit, but it was good to see him at least up on his feet.
You alluded to the fact earlier, Andrew, that when they got that good kickoff return, it seemed to energize, and we've seen that this drive. They seem to be playing with a renewed sense of energy on this drive.
And they're running with a little bit of tempo here in between plays as Washington gets another handoff inside. He's stacked up as he brings the ball out across the 5-yard line. Big pile of bodies. I believe the first man to meet him for the tackle was Eli Chen, who leads this team with 3 fumble recoveries. And they would love one now. 10-7 the score. Madison Central in front, but Bryan Station a touchdown away from taking right back the lead as we have a timeout. 6:42 left in the fourth quarter. But you're right, that kickoff, Bill, it just totally changed things for Bryan Station, and they're playing a little bit more confident on offense. And I think they're also going back to the bread and butter, and that's Jaws Washington.
Yes, I think Madison Central, when they went for kicked that field goal, they felt really good about what their defense had been doing. They were stopping Washington. They were just really playing a good, solid defensive game. They seemed to have a handle on it, and then mojo just changed. Harrison had a really good return, and Bryan Station with the backs against the wall said, okay, we've got to do something here and do it now.
They measured, and he did get the line to gain at the 4, tip of the ball across, so it's 1st and goal for Bryan Station with the clock at 6:42 left and now running. Davis in the shotgun with Washington behind him. They hand it off. Jaws with it. Bounces outside. Got wrapped up, but he got out of the tackle and into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the night. And Bryan Station is back on top. It is 13-10.
They had a shot at him in the backfield, but, the fact is he's just tough to bring down. You're going to have a good lick and be a good, solid, physical guy yourself to take him down.
Well, funny enough, on his 29-yard first quarter scamper, I think somebody got a touch on him in the backfield on that as well, though that one was a much better touch in the backfield than that one in the first quarter. But nonetheless, he shook off that tackle and went into the end zone.
It would be interesting to see if we had the statistics like they do in college and the NFL, how many yards after contact. I'm sure he would have quite a few.
So an extra point on the way as Bryan Station hoping to keep it out of a field goal's length. And the kick is good. And the defenders lead 14-10 with 6:31 to go in the fourth quarter. That's the good news for Bryan Station, but Madison Central has a whole lot of time here, Bill, to mount something together here. And the way that they milk the clock with that option offense, they might be able to take 6 minutes or so off the clock if they can march down the field. And if you score a touchdown at the end of that, you feel pretty good. But moving the ball in bunches hasn't really been their strength tonight.
No, it has not. Like you say, it would be best if they could eat a lot of clock up and score right before the end of the game and not give Bryan Station a real chance. But at the end of the day, they just got to find a way to score,
right.
Period.
So the kickoff coming up for Bryan Station. Hairston back to receive for Madison Central. 6.5 left in the fourth quarter. 6:31 to be exact. As the ball chipped out toward Hairston, he'll play it on a hop. Picks it up at the 10, brings it across the 20, now down to the 30, and he is clotheslined out at the 32-yard line. Pops right back up, though. Healthy return on that, and fairly good position for Madison Central. They'll take over at the 32.
Well, Hairston just weighs 140 pounds, and he's got good wheels, good acceleration. You can see why we'd want him on a kickoff return, but then the flip side to it is another guy comes in with a good shot, he goes right down.
Made it to the 33, so it's a return of 24 yards. Had a good punt return earlier tonight, too, did Hairston.
Yeah, and I like what you said. He bounced right up. Hey, I'm good. I'm tough. I can handle this.
See if they give him a play off offensively. Might be a welcome sight for him. But nope, he's in the backfield. And they're going to give it right to Hairston. And he is tackled way behind the line, dropped at the 25 for a loss of 8. What a play behind the line of scrimmage. And Madison Central on their back foot after the first play of the drive.
Yeah, that play did not have a chance. Bryan Station was all over that.
Loss of 6 officially. It's interesting. I thought they might give Hairston a play off after that big hit, but they went right to him. So down to the 26, 2nd and 16, 5:43 to go in the fourth quarter. Handoff up the middle, not much there. Stacked up, maybe a gain of 1, but not much other than that for Corinthian Barnes.
This is where it makes it tough when you alluded to earlier, when you run option football and passing the ball is not something you really want to do a great deal of. And Madison Central is in a bind here.
Trailing by 4, clock ticking, coming up on 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
The important thing you have to remember here is they just need 15 yards. They don't need 70 yards yet.
Handoff on the near side, Mathis. Stiff arm, frees himself up, gets across the 35. He's dropped at the 41-yard line. Picks up a lot of it back, but not all of it. And Madison Central, I would assume here, is just going to go for it.
This is very similar to the situation that Mark Stoops got criticized for a couple weeks ago. If you remember, they had fourth down, you had time left, but not a lot. And he elected to punt.
And they do have, I believe, all of their timeouts. Can't recall them calling one.
I can't either. The board shows one,
but I don't.
But I don't remember any of those.
I don't think that reset at halftime.
I think you're correct.
But they are going to go for it. 4th and 3. I think this is the right call. There's no guarantee you're going to get the ball back. Mathis on the far side. Mathis has got some room, and he's going to bring it out across the first down marker. It pays off the gamble as Bryant Mathis picks up 4 when they needed 3.
You know, just like Bryan Station, it's crunch time. They're going to give it to Washington. I think the reverse is true, obviously, for Madison Central. They're going to get the ball in Mathis's hands, and he's either going to get it or he's not. And he hasn't he's gained 723 yards going into this game.
Yeah.
So, he's worth the gamble.
He'll be over 800 when it's all said and done tonight. 3.5 to play in the fourth quarter. Still some work to do. The ball at the 44. Make that the 46. Inside handoff to the secondary man. Spun out across to the 46-yard line. Healthy gain there for Connor Radcliffe.
Yeah, we call that belly second man. Dudley Hilton for Bell County, and of course he won a state championship at Bourbon County. That was his play right there. You'd run belly and belly second man, and then belly keep, and the quarterback would keep it, and he just read it over and over. And it's won two state championships with that offense. It's tough to defend.
Timeout, and I didn't get a chance to see, Bill, who called it. I wouldn't think Madison Central is stopping the clock already, but I could be wrong.
I'm with you. I wouldn't think so either.
Stopped at 3:12 after the timeout. Wonder if that was just a defensive timeout for Bryan Station.
I think so.
Because there's still so much.
We're in a guessing game here. I'm going to guess that's what it was.
Just because there's so much time left where it's not, I don't think you're hurting the team by calling timeout. You're not quite to the point where the clock is your best friend. It's certainly your friend, but so out of the timeout, Madison Central will come out at the 47-yard line. They need to get to the 44 for a first down, but it's only second down. 2nd and 3 for this sophomore quarterback, Liam Daly, making his first start at the varsity level at the position. And a whistle. And
I think the tight end got a quick start. I think he was a yard past the line before they ever snapped it.
Did they get a timeout beforehand? I think they did. Yeah, they did get a timeout beforehand. So a little good news, bad news here. Good news is you don't lose the 5 yards. The bad news is, though, you lose one of your 3 timeouts in a game that you're trailing and you are a running-based team. That timeout might come in handy later, especially with the clock not running when you use it.
For sure.
We've seen both teams kind of struggle coming out of timeouts tonight, which is somewhat interesting. Bryan Station got to delay a game out of a timeout.
You hate to see that,
which is hard to do. Oh, that'll drive you nuts, doesn't it? You're a former coach.
It does. It drives you crazy.
2nd and 3, 3:10 to go. Out of the timeout, Madison Central fakes a handoff. They want to throw, and it's over everybody's head. The intended target was Christian Lawson, the big 6'4" tight end, but it was well over his head. And it's 3rd down. I'm surprised, Bill. You and I brought it up that, they were having a lot of success with Bryant Mathis, and they've gone away from him these first 2 plays.
There was plenty of time left, not time to waste, but if you could gain 6 and 7 yards a clip, maybe break a little longer one, there's plenty of time for that.
Here is Mathis, waits patiently for the hole, brings it out across to the 40-yard line, and that is enough for a first down. Big pile of bodies, and I don't think the ball came out, Bill. They do confirm possession for Madison Central, but the way that there was a bit of a scrum looked like the ball might have come out, but I thought it might have came out after Mathis had already gotten down at the 40.
Yeah, I don't know how referees can go in and make that call sometimes. If you didn't see the fumble, it doesn't really matter who comes up with it. If you didn't see it, anybody can take it away from someone in the bottom of the pile.
So they're at the 40, 2:42 to go. Madison Central hands it off on the far side. What a play across midfield. An open field tackle for Keelan Adams. Drops his man at midfield for a loss of 10. Well, they'll spot him. They'll give him a little forward progress at the 47, but it's still a loss of 7.
Yeah, Keelan came through clean there on a stunt, on a blitz, and just wasn't picked up. Read it perfectly. Nice football play.
And more importantly, the clock is going to wind down. 2:03 to play. It'll be 2nd and 17. 14-10 the score. And what does Madison Central do here with 17 yards to get on just 3 plays? They're going to pass. Thrown across and incomplete.
Well, with all respect to Liam Daly, the pass was there. He just didn't hold on to it. He did get hit the moment the ball touched him, but he could have caught that for a nice pickup.
Yeah, that would have made it about 3rd and 4. Would have been about a 13-yard pickup. Instead, it's incomplete, so it's 3rd and 17. 1:39 to play here in the fourth quarter. 14-10. Bryan Station in front. So what does Madison Central do? The Indians with 17 yards to pick up. Dropping back to pass. It'll be a long pass in space, and it's intercepted on the near sideline by Bryan Station. And now running it back down the near sideline with some room. And finally going down near the 30-yard line is Zay White. His second interception of the night, but it's the biggest one, and it just might seal it for the defenders.
The quarterback from Madison Central looked right and then immediately came back and threw. He tried to find his big receiver matched up against a smaller Zay White, but Zay just made a good football play and much shorter. He's 5'8", and almost took it to the house.
Dude. They'll mark him down at the 24. That really matters right now because Madison Central can, by our count, Bill, only stop the clock twice.
Right. It's barring a fumble or something silly here, this game is over.
So victory formation perhaps for Davis, who will hand it off to Washington. And he stumbles ahead for a couple of yards, but keeps the clock moving.
I'm surprised they even ran the ball as opposed to just taking a knee with no danger of fumbling it.
No timeout from Madison Central.
So, I mean, why would you run it?
Now I'm assuming they'll go in victory formation here. 50 seconds.
Same formation.
They're in the pistol.
Okay.
They were at least under center on first down. Interesting.
I don't get it, but
Davis hands it off to Washington. Washington will bring it across the near sideline, out near the 10. Tackled just shy of the goal line at the 2-yard line. And Washington, some good sportsmanship as he helps the man that shoved him out of bounds off the turf, but that will sew up the game. Are they going to try to get Washington a score here, you think, Bill?
We'll find out here in just a few seconds.
Clock's still running. I don't think they have to snap it again. We don't see the play clock, obviously.
They're going to let it expire.
What a great performance in that fourth quarter. All started with a kickoff return. Would you believe it? After the field goal sent Madison Central up 10-7, a long kickoff return energized this defender team, and that energy is extending into the postgame as they will hang on and win 14-10 thanks to a crucial interception from Zay White, his second INT of the evening. And the defenders clinch a first-round home playoff game in the 6A playoffs as they get a big District 8 win here at the 6A level. And they move to 2-1 in district play. Final score here, Bryan Station 14, Madison Central 10. Post-game coverage coming your way in just a moment here on Glycon.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Calling all football fans. Come on down to Roosters, where the wings are hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times never stop. Roosters is where you can catch all the action of the game and enjoy a delicious meal. Choose from 15 varieties of sauces. Even try our burgers, salads, and out-of-this-world pizzas. Something for everyone at Roosters. Dine in, carry out, or let us cater. Open late for the Night Owls. Visit our Richmond Road location or off Nicholasville Road by Walmart.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Drive with the confidence and security of a pre-owned Kia from Cartown Kia. This incredible certification package is loaded with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 10 years of national roadside assistance, and 2 years of free maintenance. Choose from over 70 certified pre-owned Kias or over 1,000 vehicles of all makes and models. It's new car driving at used cars prices with certified pre-owned Kias from CartownKiaUSA.com.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Cartown Kia, your dealership for unmatched design, performance, and savings at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville. Visit them online at CartownKiaUSA.com.
Welcome back here at Bryan Station High School, R.L. Grider Stadium on senior night, and it's a winning senior night for the Defenders as they beat Madison Central 14-10. A thrilling come-from-behind win, trailing in the fourth quarter down 10-7, able to get that touchdown late to win it here 14-10. Tonight's Drive of the Game is brought to you by Central Kentucky Driving School, raising the bar on driver education. To sign up or for more information, visit Drive CKY. That's DriveCKY.com. Drive of the game, Bill, I think you have to give it to that touchdown in the fourth quarter. It ended with a 4-yard touchdown run by Washington, but he had a number of good runs on that very lengthy drive that set them up here to win the ball game.
Yeah, you know, they got their backs against the wall after the field goal there by Madison Central, and as you alluded to a couple of times there, it just seemed like when they got that kick return there, just rejuvenated these guys and had their backs against the wall, and they just made it happen.
Wasn't my favorite run of the game, though, for him. The favorite would be, I would say, the 29-yard touchdown run in the first quarter when he had a man meet him in the backfield. He just shook him off, then went around the right tackle and scampered for nearly 30 yards for the score. But you have the stat sheet right there. He picked up 140. We'll get more into him in the player of the game segment, but you can clearly see why he is one of the leading rushers in the state of Kentucky. So that your final score as Madison Central took that late lead 10-7, but then after our Central Kentucky Driving School drive of the game, the touchdown for Washington and Bryan Station, and they win it here tonight 14-10. More post-game coverage is coming your way next here on Glycon.
The confidence and security of a pre-owned Kia from Cartown Kia. This incredible certification package is loaded with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 10 years of national roadside assistance, and 2 years of free maintenance. Choose from over 70 certified pre-owned Kias or over 1,000 vehicles of all makes and models. It's new car driving at used cars prices with certified pre-owned Kias from CartownKiaUSA.com.
Let's get real. For a lot of people, 4 years of college might as well be a million. With us, you can get a certificate in a matter of months and start a career right away. College for the real world. college for your world.
Need a tow? Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
Here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
Little everyday conversations about the dangers of underage drinking can make a big difference in a child's life. Talk, they hear you.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
You're struggling with something in school. Sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself. This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
10 the final as Bryan Station able to win the ball game tonight on senior night and clinch themselves a first-round home playoff game in the 6A state playoffs. As we look at our scoring summary here tonight, it's brought to you by IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. And Washington, Jaws got it started at 6:36 to go in the first quarter. That 29-yard scamper when someone met him in the backfield, he spun out of it and then took it to the house for his longest run of the night. Made it 7-0 Bryan Station. But Madison Central, I was about to say immediately answered. Not quite immediate. It was a long, methodical drive, but it ended with a little bit of a trick play. Bryant Mathis, a running back, had a 4-yard pass to Nathan Ogle. The kick was good, and things were knotted at 7. That was our score at halftime as well. Third quarter, the teams kept trading some interceptions. Nobody was able to kind of get it across or kick a field goal, so it remained at 7-7 going into the fourth. Another long, methodical drive from Madison Central, but they had to settle for a 24-yard field goal, making it 10-7. But then what we thought changed the game was that long return off the kickoff after that field goal by Bryan Station totally re-energized them. And on that very next drive, it was another long one for them. Washington punching it in from 4 yards out for his second touchdown of the night, and that was the final scoring of this one, 14-10. But it's amazing how quick that changed right after that kickoff, Bill.
Yeah. Again, we mentioned it earlier. They had their backs against the wall, and just like we've got to take care of this now. We want to get this 2 seed, and they did a good job.
And looking at the final tally for the team totals, Bill, you and I were remarking, kind of laughing about it. Only 4 third down attempts for Bryan Station. You don't see that very often, but a lot of first and second down, first downs, and then some turnovers as well. We'll do that. But maybe the one that popped out at halftime and the one that pops out the most to us, Madison Central gained 6 less yards than Bryan Station, so almost even, but they ran 20 more plays, and they held the ball for nearly twice as long, 31.5 minutes to Bryan Station's 16.5 minutes tonight.
Just a crazy differential. It really is. And that they were able to control the ball that long during the game.
So your final once more, 14-10. Bryan Station clinching that first-round home playoff game in the 6A playoff chase. We'll step aside, take one final break. We'll be back with players of the game and to wrap this one up when we come back here on Glycon.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Calling all football fans. Come on down to Roosters, where the wings are hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times never stop. Roosters is where you can catch all the action of the game and enjoy a delicious meal. Choose from 15 varieties of sauces. Even try our burgers, salads, and out-of-this-world pizzas. Something for everyone at Roosters. Dine in, carry out, or let us cater. Open late for the Night Owls. Visit our Richmond Road location or off Nicholasville Road by Walmart.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech 24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
14-10 the final. Bryan Station getting the win over Madison Central in a thriller here in the north side of Lexington. Time now for tonight's most outstanding players, which are presented by Elite Building Products, locally owned and offering an outstanding selection of windows, doors, and siding. Stop in at 242 Wilson Drive in Nicholasville, or visit them at elitekentucky.com. I have the World Series on my mind. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Bill. But getting to our first most outstanding player for Bryan Station, who else would we choose? Jaws Washington. What a night he had tonight as he stacked up the yardage bill, and he finished in triple digits for himself tonight. And, boy, he was fun to watch this evening.
You know, and what's impressive when you think about Washington is the fact that when you look at the schedule that they've had this year, he's ran for over 1,000 yards against Trinity, Boyle County, Bowling Green, Ballard, and, of course, Tates Creek and Henry Clay and Douglas. So, I mean, what an incredible schedule to rack up 1,000 yards on. So that really speaks to just what a fantastic job that young man's done this year.
Yeah, that 6A rushing title is not decided in the least. He came in second in that race. And for Madison Central, it is the very deserved Bryan Mathis who picked up a number of yards on the ground, just shy of 100. I think he had 127 total there in the final tally. But the biggest contribution, ironically, was through the air, the passing game. So he finished with 131 total yards and that passing touchdown.
Yeah, he had 2 passes, one for a touchdown, one for an interception.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he really completed. He was 2 for 2, one to his team and one to the other team. But, really nice job. He's a really good athlete, runs the ball hard, and he's the kind of kid that you want the ball in his hands when the game is on the line. And, I was really impressed with him tonight.
To keep the baseball theme, they call that true outcomes. It's either a home run, a walk, or a strikeout, and he gave up a home run and a strikeout. So nonetheless, but a good night for Mathis, who finished with over 100 yards. Those two were fun. We knew that was going to be a fun matchup, not that they were going head-to-head per se, but those two leading backs. But, Bill, as always, great working with you. This was a fun one.
Oh, really nice. Beautiful evening for football. Great setting here, and it was a great game.
It really was, and it's hard to believe we're getting into the crunch time here in the high school football schedule. And coming up next Friday, here's a look at next week's schedule, brought to you by New Vista. They see the good ahead, as it's really kind of crazy how we're at the final day of final Friday Night Lights, I should say, here in the month of October. And we got a fun slate for you next week here on Glycod. Manual at Mail at 7 o'clock, and then a triple header at 7:30. Boyle County and Douglas tangling. Boy, that's going to be a really fun one there, Boyle County and Douglas. North Oldham against Oldham County, and then East Jessamine and Lafayette. All those three tangling at 7:30. That next week on Glycod, and our schedule and look ahead presented to you by New Vista. So once again, your final score here, it is Bryan Station 14, Madison Central 10. For Chris and Bill, I'm Andrew saying so long here from the north side of Lexington, and we'll talk to you next time on Glycon.
From Glycod, this has been Central Kentucky High School Football. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Never underestimate you. Tonight's game was brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. Movement that inspires. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Mathnasium of East and West Lexington. Changing lives through math. Roosters, a fun, casual place for wings and more. Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. Community Action Council. New Vista. Tech 24. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment. And Fast Signs.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter,